Hey, my squad, welcome. Let's check to make sure the notification went out and the sound is working. And then I'll get into what we're doing today. Notification has gone out. And sound's working. Yeah. So today I'm working on the only WIP I have right now. Which is Mother Earth from Hannah Lynn. This one came from DAC when she was still with them. I am doing this for the Asian year-long event. I was doing it for Ticket to Ride, but Ticket to Ride's winding up now. And I'm doing it for Miss Wanda's Get Her Done event. So as you can see, I only have this section here I'm working on and 2 more sections left to go. I'm kind of hoping I'll have her finished over the weekend. My goal is to have her finished by Monday, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see about that one. But yes, they are, Mom. Yes, I've already looked into it, but they don't have any phones that are all they have is Apple phones or iPhones. I'm not an iPhone person. Yes, I know. I've already gotten it. Oh my God, but yeah, so I'm hoping my hope is to have it done by the weekend, but I don't know. I'm going to try to get this section finished today on cam if I can. Depends on how long I can sit here because your girl almost canceled the live today because I was tired. And I don't know. I think it was the weather change. And I almost could not wake myself up today. I hate those type of days, where you have trouble waking yourself up. So, I pushed through though, and I made myself a glass of hot tea. That kind of helped wake me up some. But yeah, yeah. So it's one of those type of days. Yeah, I didn't actually get up to 12. Didn't get everything set up till 12, almost 12:30, and then I started working on this a little bit more because I had worked on it yesterday some, and I started working on it a little bit more, probably about 1 o'clock, almost 1 o'clock. So, but I got a lot of this done yesterday. It's really coming along really nice. I'm really amazed by it. For it to be around, the detail's still pretty good. You get better detail with squares. Just think of it like the pixels on a TV. And hold on a minute, you think of it like pixels on a TV, and each diamond is a pixel that makes up the picture. So the more pixels you have, the better the image. It's the pixels per square inch, I believe. Makes up the image. Okay, I can push that up some because the area I'm working, as you can see, we're working this part of her dress and this area right here. So if you look at the picture, we're right in this area here. And then I still have this area right over here to do. But yeah, so my goal is to want to have it done by Monday. Which I think if I pull a couple all-nighters, at least one, maybe two all-nighters, I can do that. I can actually accomplish that goal. We'll see. We'll see. I don't want to push myself too hard. Go ahead. So, what is everybody working on? What events are we planning on doing? Next month, I'm working the, still doing the Asian year-long event. Miss Wanda's Get Her Done. They're both year-long events. I need to post some progress on that one. I haven't done that yet. It's been a busy week. Or well, past 2 weeks actually. I've been busy. But so I'm doing Splish Splash Spring Bash. I don't think there's any other events next month that I need to look into it. I haven't looked into it yet. I need to do that today. Need to go look at all the April events and see which ones I want to do. How did I miss a 9? I don't know. But yeah, so I'll check that out later, see which, but I know the main there's 3 main events I'm doing. And I believe I can tie all 3 into one canvas. I should be able to tie all 3 into one canvas because I'm thinking of doing my Randall Spangler bubble. I believe is what it's called. So that's kind of springy, and the dragons are, Asian culture. And I'll be doing it, like say for Get Her Done as well. I have one project I can post. I got my mushrooms done for Get Your Weird On, which I actually need to post that to get. I think I did. I don't know. I need to check, make sure I post that. I'll need to take a progress picture of this today So I can post that to the Phoenix Fantasy group. I will not be live. It's next Tuesday or next Thursday. Hold on, y'all. Without looking at a calendar, I could not tell you. Yeah, next Thursday I will not be live. I will be live on April 1st, which is April Fool's Day, but I will be live. But next Thursday I will not be live. I have errands to run that day, so there will not be a live. So that's another reason I made myself, get up to do today's live, because I was just going to sleep the day away, basically. But I made myself, I said, no, I need to, because I will not be live next Thursday, I need to go ahead and do today's live. Some days you just got to pick and choose your battles. So, and today that's my battle, is the sleepiness. But yeah, so, but let's see. I should have had, I think, a video come out this week. I believe I did. I actually need to sit and film some videos, I guess, this week as well. I might do that later. I might actually sit and film some videos later. Depends on what time I get back from errands tomorrow, because I got errands to run tomorrow. One of them being grocery shopping, which that is a chore I hate. Oh my gosh. And a warning of advice for people. If you're going to go grocery shopping, you want to eat before you go grocery shopping, because if not, you get all these impulse buys. You will. Okay, that kind of helicopter was a little too low. That even scared Zoe. Was it that black one? It's the one that flies over and checks the electric lines. That's that one that flies over and checks the electric lines, is what it is. But dang, I forgot how low he freaking flies when he does fly over. No, they fly over and check the electric lines. It's the one that flies over and checks the electric lines. yeah, that was just a mess. But so I've been filming videos. I've been filming oh my god, I wish she would shut up. But anyway, I've been, doing videos on tips and tricks and how to avoid burnout, things like that. But those will be coming out slowly but surely. I have community poll questions that come out once a week on my community tab. Feel free to check those out and leave your answers if you want. Let's see what else. Geez, I can't think right now. That helicopter, that was a shiny squirrel moment. I'm thinking of bringing back some coloring page videos, time lapses, every now and then. It's not something I'm going to I don't know. I still have the passion to want to color, but not as much as I used to. It's not my, like diamond painting. I can, diamond painting is my go-to for de-stress and stuff like that. But I still have a little bit of a passion, and okay, there it is. A little bit of a passion for coloring. And I really don't want to lose that passion, so I'm thinking of picking it back up every now and then. But it's not something I'm going to alternate like I used to with it, where I would do one live where I did coloring, one live where I did diamond painting. My lives are still going to focus on my diamond painting. And in coloring, I just be like time-lapse videos. So I do still want to do I got to get them out, but I'm still going to do some time-lapse diamond paintings again. I haven't pulled them out yet. They're just little small canvases, some off canvas projects. But right now I'm focused on getting this canvas done, and then so I can get all my April events lined up. Like I say, I believe I have to check the size requirement for a Tia's event. I don't know if there's a size requirement, but I do know for the Asian year-long event and get her done, I can do my my Randall Spangler bubble canvas. I think it's a smaller canvas. I don't think it's a 30 by 40 though. I think it's a little bit smaller than a 30 by 40. So I have to look at that. But I want to work on that. This is a little small one. I'm going to go a little small, back a little small for a little bit. After work, I've been working on this one since January. So almost 3 months. I've been working this canvas. So I think it's time to break and go a little smaller for a little bit. Work on some smaller canvases. because this is a 56 by 76, which is not a bad size, but you know, I think fluctuating on the size canvases I work on kind of helps me with not getting burnt out, or having more than one canvas going that I can alternate back and forth working on also helps as well, because I noticed when I did, you get burnt out with the color palette sometimes, and I noticed that with a King's Path, because it was mostly purples and pinks and blues and black and 939, and I mean, it's gorgeous, don't get me wrong, but I noticed that with my brain, ADD, ADHD, OCD brain, that sometimes I can get burnt out with the color palettes. So that's when I learned that I needed to have more than one WIP going. Plus, like most say, I'm an overachiever when it comes to that. It's a joke, y'all. That it helps my mind to not get burnt out. That's just how it works for me. Now, for somebody else, it can work totally different. They may like the color palettes that way. Their brain may see it differently. All our brains are all wired differently. So, for me, it's just when I have the ooh shiny squirrel moments, as Nick says. And my brain to just go, and then I get sidetracked. I forget what I was doing. And then I'm looking at, just sitting there staring at the canvas, and I'm like, why am I doing, what am I doing? It gets to the point where you almost don't want to work on it. You want to just put it away and forget about it. And I'm just not really that type of person. If I start feeling that way, then I know I need to step back and reevaluate what's going on. I know I just never, oh, there it is. So that's why I have a lot of WIPs going at a time. But I got all my smaller WIPs done, and just haven't pulled any else out yet. I just said, well, I'll go ahead and focus on finishing her and getting her done, and then I'll start anew in April. Just making sure I didn't miss any of these percent signs. Probably sit up late working on this one tonight anyway, because I do have to. My money goes in the bank, so I usually like to be up when that happens. I need to fix the washi tape in this one. I love the washi. I use the washi tape pack in my tray, and this piece is finally said I'm done. I need replacing. All right, so we'll do that here in a minute. I'll figure out which one I want. But yeah, so that is my thoughts and reasons on things. I need to move a little bit of stuff. Hold on, guys. Oh, there they are. I wonder where they were. Okay. You find anything when you're looking for something else? Alright, let's see. Oh, that's all my Christmas. That's all Christmas. I don't want Christmas. And there's the key I'm missing off my keyboard. Okay. There we go. Okay, where does it go? Hold on, y'all. Washi tape down. There we go. I think I'm going to use one of my Waterbug Garden washi tapes. Use that one. I mean, guys, you think I need more washi tape? You know, I'm like, you know, I think I'm lacking some washi tape. Okay. Get back where you're supposed to be. Thank you. I think I'm lacking, I need more washi tape. I think the fact that you can cut washi tape with your fingernail. There we go. And we have a new piece of washi tape in the tray. It's just that easy. But yeah, I think I need more washi tape. I actually need to throw these in there. Put the other stuff back later. Okay, so let's get realigned. There we go. Alrighty. But yeah, so I have to, you know, I like to be up early to pay my bills online, so I usually do it right when the money hits the bank. So I'll be up. Since I'll be up, I might as well sit and work on this. So what I'll probably do is work on this for a little while more, and then I'll take a break later, catch a nap, and then get back up later on and work on it some more. I love that washi tape. Whoever came up with the washi tape hack was a genius, because it actually really helps me. I know there are people out there that, you know, make trays with that already in it, but I like the fact that I could change my washi tape to my theme, my style that I want. So that's what I like, because I could put the washi tape in there and, you know, kind of theme it out if I want. Like, I had roses in there for a while, and then I just had a piece of regular plain washi tape in there. I switched out for the skulls. So we're not okay, we've been live for just a half hour. Okay. I'm gonna push this as far as I can push it today, guys. Like I say, it was just one of those crazy, can't wake yourself up type of days. And then when you are awake, you still feel like you're so tired. Like, you feel like you didn't get any sleep, but you know you got sleep. Type things. But anywho, I gotta go get kitty food tomorrow and some other stuff. But, you know, it's just those monotonous chores we have to do. But yeah, like I was saying, don't go to the grocery store hungry, y'all. I've learned that one the hard way over the years. You can help it. Don't go to the grocery store hungry, because you'll put this and that and everything else in your cart that you really, really didn't go to shop for. You know, and then you forget what you really went for. I gotta get some veggies for the guineas. Luckily, that's the fun thing. It's shopping for vegetables for the guinea pigs, because most of the vegetables they eat, I love. You know, me and my mom love. So it's a win-win situation there. Um, so guinea pigs, you know, other than their hay and their pellets, pretty much they can eat a lot of the same vegetables we do. But I have found mine don't like fresh string beans or strawberries. I'm like, okay, but they like oranges. They like apples. I haven't tried them on banana yet. I might get a couple of those. See, but the problem with banana is you gotta use that pretty fast. The banana can go south quickly. But yeah, so So that's fun when I go shopping, because I can get for them as well as me. Um, they like corn. They like the different leaf lettuces and spinach, and I know they like cabbage, or at least mine do. They like mine like fresh Brussels sprouts too. Um, got carrots, which I gotta get. I'll get them one of them in a little bit. I might go to breakfast in the morning. I don't know. Or wait. I might wait till lunchtime. Depends on where I want to eat. If I want to scratch or if I want to go Chinese. Also depends on how much I have after I pay bills as well. So we'll see. I don't want to go McDonald's. I don't know. I have choices. I have four, because they just opened an Indian restaurant too. Um, 4 restaurants within walking distance of my house. Well, actually 5, but the one she's not open right now. But she's right across the street from me. And then, 6 if you count the one up the road, a little bit up the road from me. It's still within walking distance, but a little bit farther walking distance than the other ones. But I had choices. But anyway, so let's see what else I got going on in my life. Not a whole lot. Just gearing up for. We'll be having events going on soon in our town. We actually have one next Saturday. a friend of mine who owns his own barbecue business. He will be celebrating 1 year of being in business. And they're doing a little event. So I need to check. I think next Thursday is bingo at the library, by the way. Or no, that's usually Fridays. So it wouldn't be, yeah. I have to check. I have to see. Now that the weather's getting warmer, we'll be going to more events and stuff. Because it'd be nice to get out, and walk. I see I need to place some order for my hay. For the the bunnies. For the guinea pigs. Order my t-shirt for Phoenix Fantasy. For the ADHD. Mental health t-shirt. I got a list of stuff I need to do. I need to order from Kmart. See if I can use my card or my code thingy. I just ain't sure what I want. I have to. I'll wait and see if tomorrow's live. I think I know what I may get, but I'm not sure yet. Well, if I do get what I want, it'll be here in time to use on the canvas. I want to use it on. I've seen some sparklers I want to use on my canvas for Phoenix Fantasy this year, which is a Rose Prophet canvas. And she already put a couple, it's got a couple ABs in it, I believe. I chose ABs. Because you could choose between, I think it was ABs and crystals and so I think I chose ABs. But I want to get some metallics. There are a couple metallic. Some areas I want to put some metallic. So. And I got that in a square. But I'm so excited to do that one because it reminds me of a TV show I used to watch with my nieces and nephews called Dragon Tales. So that's why I'm excited to do that one. I need to figure out when I'm going to do my my custom I had done off of Temu of my channel logo. I know I got that in a square. I may add some, ABs and or sparklers into that as well. But I haven't picked when I want to do that. I think I'm hoping that next year's Ticket to Ride event theme will coincide with something that I can use and do my check fencing, because then I'd be able to do that for the Asian year-long event as well, because it has horses in it, and horses are one of the Chinese zodiac signs, which, if I'm not mistaken, I had to look that up. Alexa, what is the Chinese zodiac sign for January 25th, 1978?
From famousbirthdays.com. If you were born before January 28th, please consult the 1978 Chinese zodiac, which is the year of the Earth horse.
Yep, I thought so. I'm the horse. Yep, I thought so. That's my Chinese zodiac, is the horse. Okay. Which makes sense, in a way. I guess why I love them so much. I do have a love for horses. We had a pony growing up. His name was Chester. He was a chestnut. I miss him. He got attacked by some wild dogs in the area, and my dad had to put him to sleep. He broke both of his front legs, and back then they didn't have the technology they have today to save horses that break their legs. Also, when a horse breaks their leg, they have a high risk of getting what is called laminitis, and laminitis is a really, really deadly, devastating blow to a horse. Most horses cannot come back from having laminitis. Usually that is an instant death, euthanization for a horse, especially a racehorse, which is more prone in, it's prone in any horse, but you more or less hear about it in racehorses. And I grew up, my uncle worked for a racehorse owner, and he took care of the racehorses on the farm and everything. So I got to be around horses a lot when I was little. Very first horse I remember sitting on top of was a Tennessee Walker named Steamroller. Don't ask me why I got his name, but you would think with a name like he had, he'd be a ornery cuss of a horse. No, he was gentle as a lamb. Now, Jax was a mean ass horse. You didn't go near his when he was in his stall. You really didn't want to go near him. He'd lunge at you, but if he was out of his stall, he was fine. I think he just didn't like to be locked up, but let's go with the pink triangle. But yeah, the horse farm he used to work on, my uncle, was out near Quantico, Maryland, and it's now a housing development. but he worked with the horses that raced at Ocean Downs, so, which is out near Ocean City. For those that know about my part of Maryland, so if you know anything, you know. So yeah, of course I grew up with, you know, tons of cats and doggies, and I've had bunnies and guinea pigs and hamsters. We had a gerbil once. I vowed I'd never get one of those again. Friend brought me the gerbil, got the tank all set up. I mean, he was in a glass aquarium with a metal mesh top. That actually had the metal rim around it that sat down over the edge of the rim of the fish tank, which, okay, you know, normal animals not going to be able to get it off. And I didn't have. Hey, Diamond, painting with Natalie. Natalie, is that how you say it? Welcome in. Pretty good, but you know, most guinea pig, I mean, you know, hamsters, gerbils, they're not going to, you know, get this off. And we didn't even have the bedding in the cage really high enough that, but this gerbil jumped straight up, popped the lid off, and took off. And we never did find that little gerbil. We never did find that little gerbil. So that, you know, that was my one and only time having a gerbil. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't know. I didn't know that those things had a vertical leap. I did not know gerbils could jump like that. I mean, I just swore he was mixed with kangaroo rat, because I know they can jump like that. I know somebody actually has a couple kangaroo rats as pets. They're strange little animals, but yeah. So I'm like, okay. We think the cat might have actually when it got out. We had cats at the time, so we're thinking that he may have got caught by the cats. And again, who knows? He could have been. For all we know, he got outside and was living his best life. That's what we told my nieces and my nephew, that yeah, he got outside. He's living his best life. Because they were like, no, the kitty's going to get him. Like it did my sister's hamster. My sister, when we were younger, she had a cat. We had this cat's name was Oscar. We were told Oscar was a boy, but 6 weeks after Oscar was given to us, me and my sister came home from school, heard Oscar crying, or thought it was Oscar crying underneath the canoe boat we had. Lifted up, Oscar has kittens. But my sister had a hamster, and this hamster kept escaping. Yeah, until one morning we wake up and Oscar had it for breakfast. Had half of it for breakfast. It was a little male hamster, but yeah, needless to say that hamster wrote its own death warrant. I mean, we kept fixing its cage, and we still to this day cannot figure out how the thing was getting out. Then I had a hamster. Oh my gosh, Apache. Apache would get out, would curl up with the kitty cats. The cats and this hamster were best buds. But she would get out, and all I had to do was call her name, and this little hamster would come running to me. She was such a little sweetie. She lived, I think it was 4.5 years, about 4.5 years. And a hamster only usually lives about anywhere from 2 to 3.5 years. With proper care, they can live longer, but normally a hamster, their lifespan is only about 2 to 3 years at the most. But I've had hamsters live way longer than that. But, she developed a little tumor, and she lived a good life. She got the tumor she was about almost 3 years old. She lived another year and a half, I believe, about another year and a half. She was a one of a kind. But you get those type of pets too. You'll get the, cat, dog, whatever. They're just a one of a kind animal. Just like Corona and Peanut. They each have their own unique attitudes. Corona is more, lovey-dovey, pet me, Peanut, she's more, I'll let you pet me if I want, type. It's like with the cats too. My mom's cat, Precious, she's lovey-dovey. Zoe, only when she wants to be. And then the outside cat, he's still part wild, so he really doesn't, he lets you talk to him, he'll come close to you, but he's like, no, don't touch me. Don't touch me, human. So. And they become like your babies, they become like your kids. Like, Corona's staring at me like, why are you talking about me, Mama? Sure, Peanut is asleep, I think. Yeah, Peanut's asleep. But yeah, they're my babies. I would not trade neither one of them for nothing. You could not pay me any amount of money in this world for them. I don't care how much it is and how much I would need the money. I would not part with none of my babies. Anyway. Right now, Zoe's asleep in the middle of my bed. So cute. But she's mad at me though because I'm sitting at the desk working, and instead of laying across the bed loving on her, so she is sulking. Yeah, so that's my life with pets. Anywho, so let's see, we've been live over an hour. Okay, good. So I'm pretty good ways on this now. I still may try to finish this on cam. Just making sure I got all those. Oh, okay. But so yeah, so getting back to the channel. Of course, I have channel memberships. So feel free to check those out. I have a Patreon, which seems Nightbot is not working today, so Nightbot is not posting that. So let me just put some stuff in the chat. See if I can get Nightbot to come up. And those are the stickers you get if you become a channel member. Okay, I guess Nightbot is on a drunken bender today and is not going to work. But I believe all my links should be down in the description. If not, they are in my channel bio. I just don't know why Nightbot's not working today. There's that. I swear I threatened to fire him at least twice a month. And of course, I missed 2 of those symbols. Why is it you don't see them until after you think you got them all? And then you see, get out of here, fly. It's that time of year. Then you see the symbol. I don't understand that. I really don't. Let's see what the circle. If there's another symbol I know I did, and I'm seeing one I missed. I'm going to have to get some fly stickers. That's on the list to get. I need to put that on the list, but I got to go to the hardware store to get those because it's the only place in our town that sells them anymore. Our local grocery stores do not carry fly stickers anymore, but they carry fly spray, you know, but I have the guinea pigs, so I can't really spray that. Well, I need to get some of the Zevo or the stem, because I can spray that around the pets. That's pet friendly. Oh, there's another one I missed. But yeah, so and actually I like the smell of the one the stem. It actually, it's a lemongrass smell, which is really, nice. But add to the list for tomorrow. Well, luckily, the place I need to go to get them is actually right down the street, close to my favorite restaurant as well. So, I might let, I gotta, okay. Make sure I didn't miss anything. A lot of her dresses, a lot of color blocking. So it's a lot of confetti over here, but a lot of this is in this area is color blocking. So it's going to go really quick. Let's see, which one do we want to do next? Let's go with N. N stick, the purple N sticking out from me. So. Just 333. We have a 666 and we have a 333. So what is it? The half sibling of 666. Oh, I crack myself up sometimes. But anyway. But yes, yeah, so So getting back to stuff for the channel, like I say, most of all the videos that I will have coming out, that the topic videos, they're all different, tips on diamond painting, and tips on avoiding burnout for both diamond painting and YouTube. I may have already done the YouTube burnout one. I think I did. That one may have already went up. Not mistaken, I think that one may have went up this week, because I know I had filmed, I think it was like 4 videos, just to get some content video back out there. And like I say, I'm gonna sit and film the other ones later, or this weekend one. I did the other ones with my green screen, but for some reason in the editing, it wasn't letting me put my green screen overlay, so I may be doing it a little differently and just using the background I use when I go live, which is my mushrooms, or my shrooms as I call them, which hangs behind me. So until I can figure it out, I do have an old laptop that I can reset back to factory settings, but I gotta get a Ethernet cord and hook to it, that I might be able to use again, but I gotta test it to see how it runs, if it lags or not with the tablet. But if it doesn't lag with the tablet, then I'll be able to green screen again. So I just haven't had time to sit down, test that out. Because I would use I have a webcam that I hook to my desktop that I would be using instead of the camera on the laptop, probably. Just for space purposes. So I don't know. I'll figure it out. I don't know, because I guess I could move. I do have a place I could sit it. Yeah, I might work on that. Hold on a minute now. Okay, I'm back, y'all. But let's see. So yeah, so those videos, I'll get, get it straight, and if I can film them with that, I'll film them with that. But I got to make sure that it's not going to lag and the audio is going to be okay. And well, I do have a mic, an external mic I can hook to it, so that works. Keep forgetting I actually have a professional microphone, because I don't use it all the time. I use it like if I go to one of the parades or something like that, or the fireworks or whatever. I use that microphone then. Other than that, I forget I have it half the time. It's crazy. But so yeah, so I'll test that all this weekend sometime and see how that goes. I don't know, I may do a pop-up live this weekend. Probably would be, I don't know, probably would be like on Sunday, if I do a pop-up. Then again, I may do a late night pop-up. I don't know. One of these nights. So there's a lot of people I like to watch, so I have to sit down. I need to write out the live streaming schedule of everybody I watch when I watch them, so that I can figure out about fitting in a late night live stream. I would like to add another live, to my lineup, other than my two that I do during the day, but I don't want to overlap with somebody else's live, if that makes sense. So it's gonna happen though. If we pick and choose when we were to go live because of other people's lives, then we would never be able to really go live, because we're so afraid we're going to step on somebody else's time slot. We just got to pick what works for us, and go with it. So the 2 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays is what's been working for me for a while. Every now and then, though, I would like to throw in, the occasional, like late night, evening live, or the occasional, just pop up live here or there. So if I do add another live to the mix, it would be pop up. It wouldn't be something that would be, it might be once or twice a month, it's not something that's going to be like a regular thing. I'm only seeing 2 views. But yeah, so that's what I was thinking about with oh, excuse me. I was thinking about there, just making that a, pop up here or there, just maybe do, a late night paint and, would you rather questions, or a late night, whip and chat, just sitting there having fun chit chatting, with people. you know, and I'm thinking you know, if I about maybe having people come up on my channel again. I don't know. I stopped that for a while, just because I was having, it was tech issue reasons. It wasn't because I didn't want to do it. It was tech issues. The device I was using, I was having more issues than than anything. So, um, and now that I got the device I use now, or the way I'm set up now, it works a lot better. But like I said, I'm gonna try because I can't use my Chromebook anymore to get on StreamYard. So my mom actually has the Chromebook, so she can get on whatever she wants. But I still got her old laptop that I can set back to factory settings. And use it to get into StreamYards again. But like I say, I need to do some rehab to it and go from there. So that's not something that's going to happen right away, because I need to find my flash drives and put the software I need on. I got the software downloaded. That's no big deal. That I need, but I need to put it over onto a flash drive so I can use it on the. I might put it on. I don't know. Because I don't game anymore. I don't have my Wii. My Wii's not. It doesn't work anymore, so I don't know when I'll have a new one. So I can always take those files off of that hard drive and put onto store them in a file on the computer. And then if I do get a Wii again, which I don't know, I don't know. I have theories running through my head of what I want to do, but I don't know if that's what I am going to do. You know, it's one of those situations, as they say. So but I think I am going to sit here and work on this and try to finish this out on the live. And then get me something. I think I'm going to just have me some greens for dinner. I don't want to. I'm hungry, but I'm not hungry. If that makes any sense. I'm just going to make me something simple. I'm one. I'll grab a can of vegetables and eat them. I always have been that way. You know, I love my veggies. Fresh or canned or frozen. But then I'll probably take a nap so that I can be up later to do what I gotta do. And I can, I'll work on the other half of this while I'm waiting for that to hit the bank so I can pay bills. So I may actually have this done by next time I'm live. I'll probably have this done. Kind of hoping I can have it done by before the end of the day on Monday. Because then I can enter this into Tima's finishes giveaway. Because I used sparklers and some other Tima drills in this. I used ABs from Tima. I used sparklers. I used glow in the dark as well. I don't even know if the mail's been. I couldn't even tell you if the mail's been. And you know how she is. Past couple of days she actually has been early. And then she'll get days where, because I was shocked because on Tuesday she was actually here while I was still live. And or no, she was actually here before I went live. I was setting up for my live, and I was able to, because that was when my package from Once Upon a Time Arietta's event came, and I was able to actually unbox that during my live. Which I was shocked that she was here that early, because normally we're lucky sometimes we have the mail before the sun goes down, but I digress. Anyway, the United States Postal Service is crazy because I don't get it. I had on my shop app. I know the one package is coming. It was in Chicago this morning. But it's another package says it's in Baltimore and it's been sitting there for a week now, and there's no information when I go into. I got the tracking number on it. The UPS number on it. But when I go into USPS and put that number in, there's no tracking information. There's nothing there. They can't. It's no. So I don't know. I don't know what it would even package would even be. I haven't ordered anything lately. Because I have been on a no buy for a good while now. Which that actually ends this week. Actually. Because I need to order my sparklers for like I say my one canvas I want to do. But yeah, so I don't know what's up with the Postal Service. I really don't. I mean, sometimes I don't even want to know. I think sometimes I'd rather just, let it come, whatever. Because if our packages could talk, and tell us the journey they went on, I think it would shock the hell out of some of us. You know. It probably would shock the hell out of us. make sure I got. But yeah, I mean, I've toured a postal facility before, behind, the big, sorting facilities, and to see what our mail actually does go through is freaking crazy. It makes you wonder how it actually gets to us in one piece. So, okay, see, we'll do the hashtag next. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It really is crazy. See, there may be, I don't know, I have to stretch. I might stretch a couple of the canvases for the Asian event. Alexa, how many months are left in this year?
This year ends in 9 months and 4 days.
Okay, so okay, yeah. I can make it work. Cause all I do with my, with the Asian event, I was doing a section for each month. So yeah, I can work that. All right, so I already did my took my progress pick for last month for this one. So I don't know, did I post the new progress yet? I have to check. Yes, Peanut, I know your thingy has no hay in it, but I know Mom gave you grass this morning, so you don't need no more hay right now. She's over there rattling her hay rack and thinking I'm going to jump and give her what she wants right now, but she's fine. Oh, she's still got some hay in there anyway. That's what she's doing. She's removing it to try to get the hay out. I know that drill just hit that canvas. Oh, there it is. Whew. I hate when that happens to me. When I drop a drill on the canvas. And then it's like, where did it go? I heard it hit. Where did it go? But, yeah, I'll put in some hay. I gotta order them some more hay. That's something they have to have constantly. They got plenty of dry food, so don't have to order no more of that this month. I may have to order that next month. Let's see if I can get a bigger box, bigger thing of hay this month. See what's on sale. All right. Now that I got a lot of more drills on the canvas, I can move the tray. I just move it and hold it. Now I usually save my ABs for last on a canvas, right? How do most people how do y'all do your ABs? Do you do your ABs first? Do you do your ABs last? Or you just do them, because I always do 310, or if there's 939 or 310 in a canvas, I always do that. So if 939 is instead of black they use 939, I'll do that, you know. But I always do the 310 first. Because normally 310 is used as outline. So, especially in a Hannah Lynn canvas. Her canvases, she likes to outline, you know, in the dark color, and most of the time it's 310. So, which me and 310s are kind of friends, you know. Again, we're not 100% friends again. I mean, I had a ton of I think it was 6 bags of 310 in this canvas. I know there's people that, you know, they've had, oh God, somebody was doing a canvas, they had 20 some, I think it was 20 some bags of 310. I'm like, the most I've had in a canvas is 6 bags. And I found out that in a if you're doing a canvas that DAC canvas that has 6 bags of 310, if you have the Elizabeth Ward storage, the biggest bottle that's in a container that's in the Elizabeth Ward will hold 3 bags of drills, be it whatever color. I mean, you know, I just use 310 as an example because normally that's the one we have the most, you know, you always have the most of. 310, or what is it? 3856. It seems like when I have a canvas, a lot of times those are the ones I have the most of. So I found that in the Elizabeth Ward storage, or the knockoff dupe storage of Elizabeth Ward, because I don't see the difference. But the biggest container will hold 3 big bags of drills. So and believe it or not, even the smaller, you know, the different sizes, they'll hold more drills than you think. I believe it's the next size down to hold 2 bags. The next size down from that to hold you know, but you can get a lot of drills in those containers. Those Elizabeth Ward containers. Even the smallest container in there will hold a lot of drills. It'll hold a lot more than you think. Oh, my eye itches. I hate when my eyelid itches. But yeah, so I found that out. I was like shocked when I'm like, I could, you know, I got 3 bags in the container, and I'm like, huh? You know, I was like, I thought I wasn't gonna have enough containers, you know, big containers for the 6 bags of drills. And I'm like, okay, so I'll put what I can in the big containers, and then I'll just, you know, go a little bit, put whatever else in, either in a zippy and put it aside, or put it in a smaller container and just have an extra, you know, extra bottles or whatever. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, I put 1 bag in. Okay, put the second bag in. I'm like, let's see, I could probably fit about a half a bag in. And I put the other bag in, and I'm like, I just fit 3 bags in this container, you know. And I was like, okay. You know, I didn't think it was going to fit. But you know. Just like the Tic Tacs and the brown bottles. You know, when I first started using them, I was amazed about how much of a drill pack I could get in them, you know. And I mean, I still have my little 28 grid storage, but I rarely use those anymore, unless I'm doing off canvas projects. I mostly use my suitcases or my Elizabeth Ward. And I have 2 Tic Tac 64 Tic Tac containers in there. I have 2 of those that I'll use. But most of the time it's my 60 bottle storage, you know, suitcases, or I think one of my suitcases is actually bigger, and I think it's 64 bottle. Or it's my Elizabeth, you know, Ward knockoff, which I got mine on Temu, so you know, at the time, because I couldn't afford Elizabeth Ward. Elizabeth Wards are actually, they're expensive. I want to get some more of that storage, because I want to get some more of the different size bottles, and because you can, you know, mix and match them around. So I know they sell one that's nothing but the small bottles or small containers, and you know, and then they sell the ones that are the different sizes, you know. And I know they sell one that's like half, I believe it's half size of that. But I don't see me, I mean, I think that's even a little too small for some of the paintings I do. I mean, yeah, it might fit a 30 by 40 or something smaller, but a minute. Okay, where'd that go? I know that hit the, oh, there it is. But so yeah, but it still would work, because I could totally put just one size in there, you know, for like a smaller canvas or whatever. But I like the fact that, you know, we have those options, you know. And the thing is, we find things out here that are not, you know, not marketed for diamond painting, but yet we make them work for diamond painting. So which is pretty neat. You know, so give me a minute, guys. I need to reload my pen. This is the first time I've had to reload this in 3 days. So most time my putties that I'm using last me a good while on my pen. I still have a couple pens that I've had putty in them for months, and they're still good. But they're like my thinner pens, and for right now, my hand's a little crampy. From, I don't know, I think I slept on my hand last night. So it feels kind of funky, weird. And so I'm using my bigger pen for that. But I do have gaming, my gamer thumb from years of playing video games. The original Nintendo and Atari and all those. So every now and then my thumb will get like right in here and in this knuckle here. It'll get hurting me. But believe it or not, diamond painting really doesn't bother it. Actually, the way that I hold my pen, it actually set. I noticed that's turning a little yellow. Oh well. It actually sets my thumb out a little bit and relieves the pain. Zoe, your cat box is a litter box. Is not a sandbox. You're not supposed to be playing in it, kid. She gets over there and she plays in her litter box. It's funny. I don't know if anybody else's cat does that or not. It's hilarious though, because you have to tell her it's not a sandbox, it's a litter box, or it's a litter box, not a sandbox. Whichever way. It's crazy. Well, I gotta put that on the list for tomorrow too. I gotta get some more cat litter. They only have a certain kind. My cats are picky. Well, they only have a certain food they can eat because the others tear their stomach up. There she goes playing in it again, y'all. She's not gonna stop. She's in one of her moods where she wants to play. But yeah, they can only eat Friskies. The other foods tear their stomachs up. Well, they can have Meow Mix, but they prefer Friskies. And we found that they have two flavors they like, really. And those seem to not tear their stomach up like the other cat foods do. Okay, I think that is all of these. Oh no, I have a whole bunch of them over here that I didn't see. Thank you. But yeah, so there's this one. If y'all have a food line near you, I'm not bashing food line, but don't feed y'all's cats Champion cat food. The food line, they got a litter too. The litter's fine, but the cat food, no, it caused our cats bad bowel issues, and yeah. So Yeah, I advise you don't feed your cats that. Got a couple of teas I missed. So I've learned I can pick out drills with just my finger and put them in place. It's freaking weird that I can do that. But yeah, so we found that out the kind of the hard way, that cat food. So, but we finally found, trial and error. We found one that they like, and they have no stomach issues with. Okay. Nope, nope, wrong place. I forgot I had the other one now. But yeah, so just like with the guinea pigs, I find I found that they didn't really care for this. I mean, they would eat it, but they really didn't care for the one type of food I had that they were on. But come to find out, my niece told me a little bit more information about them. They're 3 years old. They Before my niece got them, they were in 4 other homes before that. Because I don't count my niece had them for a while, but I'm not saying that she abandoned them or anything, because she just didn't have the time to give them that they need, due to her job and everything like that. But so she gave them to me because she knew they'd be, taken care of and in a good home, and she can come see them anytime she wants. But she was telling me that they had been in 4 previous homes before me and her got them. So that's sad that, people get a pet and they think it's disposable like that, you know they get it for their kid, and their kid doesn't want it anymore, doesn't, care for it anymore. I know one of the homes, though, it was the people developed allergy, um, and yeah, I can understand that, because that's medical. I can understand a medical reason, but I know I just seen this oh, there it is. I was gonna say, I know I just seen the symbol on here, and then I couldn't find it. But I have seen where, people get an animal for the cutesy cutesy, and that's how it, and then boom, they're sending it to a shelter, or boom, they're trying to rehome it. I can, like I said, I can understand if you're moving, you can't take the animal with you. It's medically, you got to rehome it because of medical reasons, um, you know, something like that. But you know, Easter's going to be coming up, and people will be going getting the chickies and the duckies and the bunnies, and you know, because they think it's all cute to give their kid a pet. Well, chickens might be a tough commodity to find, but people get buying them for backyard egg breeding with the price of eggs. But you know, and then a week or two later, the pet's either shoved to the side, not really taken care of, or it's sent to a shelter. Because the novelty wore off. You know, I mean, they're not novelty pets. You know, and everybody's like, you know, oh, it's, you know, guinea pigs are easy to take care of, and you know, rabbits are easy to take care of. They don't need much maintenance. They need more maintenance than you think. You got to make sure they have, you know, fresh vegetables. They have fresh water. They cage is cleaned regularly. They have, if it's a hamster, guinea pig, or a rabbit, that they have plenty access to hay, Timothy hay, alfalfa hay, whichever, because it depends on the age. If they're a little bit younger, then you want to give them alfalfa hay, or if they're a pregnant mommy, you want to give them alfalfa hay. But Timothy hay, mine love it, and they always have access to it. It's, you know, if it's in their hay rack, or they pull it out of their hay rack and it's in the bottom of their cage. My two are, they will pull the hay out and put it in the bottom of the cage and then eat it. It's funny. But you know, they need social love. Yeah, it's best if you're going to have a guinea pig, it's best to have them in pairs. A pair of females or a pair of males. You can't put a male and a female together. I mean, you could if you want babies, but if you put a female and a male together, one of them really needs to be neutered. And a lot of vets don't like to do that because putting a guinea pig under anesthesia can be dangerous. But you know, I have two females. They're a bonded pair. Yes, you could theoretically you could keep a single guinea pig. I had a single male, but he did actually live with a rabbit at one point. I know it's not, him and that rabbit were like peas and carrots. They were best buds. But you know, they do better as pairs. More than one. I mean, you could keep 3 or 4 or more in a cage together, as long as they're all female, all male. Males may fight a little bit more, but you also need to socialize with them as well. Now, rabbits, you know, they do good by themselves. I have had multiple rabbits at one time that lived together, but they can, you know, and they're like a hamster. A hamster does well by itself as well. But guinea pigs, yeah, they need a friend. So. And Peanut and Corona, they tickle me. They will bully each other, and most of the time Peanut bullies Corona, and Corona just sits there and takes it. I'm like, Corona, you need to learn to start standing up for yourself. Corona have a toy. They had this toy carrot. I don't even think they had the carrot. I think they chewed it up. Finally chewed it up. They did have a toy carrot in there, and Corona liked to play with it. She'd get it, and then Peanut would get jealous and want it and steal it from Corona. Corona wouldn't really. She'd go try to get it back, but she wouldn't really push her luck with it. And then I have a wooden house and I have a cardboard box house in there for them because they like to chew on both. And Peanut will get in a mood where she only wants to be in the wooden house. She don't want Corona in the wooden house. She won't be in the house, and Corona will go and get in it, and Peanut goes and chases her out. And so Corona will go and get in the cardboard house, and then Peanut will get in a mood where she wants to be in the cardboard house, and she don't want Corona nowhere near it. So it's funny to watch. They assert their dominance over each other, and but Peanut also, I gotta watch her sometimes because when I feed them, she will get a little nippy towards her sister. I don't really think it's a food aggression, but it's more of a, hey, this is my spot, go away type thing. So when we put their veggies in there, we try to spread them around a little bit, and that way they have plenty of space. So, but that's all the weeds. That's all the weeds. We got a whole lot more colors left to do. Okay, we're just over the 2-hour mark. I'm gonna push this till I, can't push it no more. But I'm thinking I may be able to finish this section on camera today. Okay, let's see here. I've seen one. I think it's one. One of those. But yeah, so I deal with that on a daily with those two munchkins. They've not actually fought, like fought, really bite each other. And my camera decides to go out. Yes, StreamYards, I know I need to update my car payment. It will get done later. But yeah, so they drive me bonkers, but I love them. Give me 1 second, guys. I need to clear off some stuff. Oh, okay. Just talking about the upcoming rain. All right, so the camera should be coming back. Okay. Alrighty. There we go. So we just got a little bit of area to finish in here, and then in her dress, and this section to be done. So figure I'll just go ahead and stay on until I get it done. Also, you know, I'm like this. If I'm the only one here in my live, when I go live, oh well. I treat it as basically this is a video diary of working on this canvas. I mean, yeah, there are times I work on it and I'm not on camera, but it's also a video diary when I do work on it on cam. Hey, Linda, thank you. I'm almost done this section, and then I only have so we're right in this section right here right now. And then I have this from here over to finish. So right under the swans over is what I got left to do. So after I finish this section. So if I'll probably work on this other section after I take a nap later. Because I have to be up early to do something online tomorrow morning. And so what I'll do is I'll take a nap here in a little while, and then I'll get back up and I'll sit and work on the other section. And if I don't have it done by the weekend, I'm pretty sure I'll have it done by Monday. So I'm almost yeah, I'm almost done with this one. And then I gotta look, because I'm not sure what if there's a size requirement for Tia's event for Splish Splash Spring Bash, to see if my little rent. I have a small. Anita Johnson sent it to me as a gift. Last year. I had to think. And it is Randall Spangler's little one called Bubble. I think it's called Bubbles. Hold on. I got it. I got all my schematics copied out. So let's see. Oh, I could do that one for. Never mind. I do have a canvas for Diamonds in the Rough. I could do Bootstrap Betty or Bootstrap Betsy because that's got a parrot in it. Okay. Yeah, it's called Bubbles. It's a 13 by 13, but I could also. I'm gonna pull that. I probably will pull that one out for Diamonds in the Rough. I'll email Ditzy and see if that'll work. Or message Ditzy and see if that'll work. I totally forgot I had that canvas. I just don't think that'll fit in the Asian events. But I do know that I could do one of my roses, because I think that's what I'm going to pull out for Splish Splash Spring Bash as well. Is one of my roses. I think I will pull, yeah, because I'll pull one of my roses, because I know roses fit into Asian culture. I already asked Adam about that. But yeah, I'll pull out Bootstrap Betsy. Okay, I think I can pull, yeah, okay. Where's my tablet? I need to write these thingies down, because if I don't, I will forget them. Where are my pins? Where are my pins? I redone my desk and I have trouble finding them. Okay. So okay. And okay. All right, there we go. I had to make myself a note, so I do that later. Because if not, I will forget. I need to actually sit down and rewrite out all of my to-do lists anyway. So, because I got some that I don't need on there anymore that I've already taken care of. They're scratched out, but I like to have it all neat and orderly. So, but yeah. If I hadn't gone and looked about the size of bubble, I probably would not have realized that I had that canvas. And parrots can be pets. So I know plenty of people that have parrots as pets. Yeah, I know, I smell it. Probably is his carnitas. Telling you, he does good cook. But yeah, so I'm glad I looked about that. I totally did not realize. I've had I won the gift card to that company to get that canvas, and I totally forgot I had it. But yeah, I don't think pirates are Asian or in Asian culture. So I don't know. I'll message. I'll put a message on the Asian page and ask. But I'm like, wow. It totally blew my mind that I forgot I had that. So, and I just recently sat and copied all my schematics or legends, whatever you want to call them, so that I have them and to make my own. If they don't have stickers, I can make my own stickers. I copy the page and then I cut it out, put double-sided adhesive on the back, and I got a sticker. And it works for me doing it that way. And I don't know why I didn't remember it had that one, because it was the first one I did and put in the book. So I'm like, okay, I'm hiding canvases on my own self. Because mostly I have, my canvases, I have the Randall's, the Chuck Penson, but I'm saving that one, because it's so big that I want to be able to tie that into quite a few events, actually. And I was figuring next year, if it doesn't fit for, like, say, Ticket to Ride, but they do the Asian year-long event again next year, I could tie that into the Asian year-long event because it has horses in it. It's called Golden Valley. The horse is a Chinese zodiac sign, which is my Chinese zodiac sign. And so I was figuring I'll hold that off until then, but if I could tie that into, like, say, Ticket to Ride or whatever other events are going on, I don't think I could tie that in. Well, I could tie it into blinging in the new year, because knowing me, I'm going to add some bling in there somewhere anyway. But that's what I try to do. When I pick a canvas, I try to incorporate it in multiple events. Like this one, Mother Earth. I had her in Blinging in the New Year, Get Her Done event with Miss Wanda, the Asian year-long event, Ticket to Ride. So she was in quite a few events. So like they say, double dip. You can't, you can double dip, use it for, this event and that event. I do more than double dip my canvases for events. If I'm doing 4 or 5 different events and I can make one canvas fit into all those events, then I do it. So but I'll sit down here in a little while, like I say, and I'll message the different. I know that roses will work, because I could do, if the pirate one will work also for the Asian year-long event, if I could figure, to work that in as well into an Asian year-long event. Then I could do it also for Splish Splash Spring Bash, because it's colorful. It's bright and colorful, and so yeah. Right. So we're going to finish this section off. I think I have maybe 4, maybe 5 more colors to go. So 1, 2, plus sign is 3. The dot is 4, the arrow is 5, and E is 6. So yeah, I got 5 more colors to go after this one. So all right. Okay, I see 2 H's I missed because I already did H. But yeah, so it's funny when you get looking through and then you realize, oh, okay. I don't know why I did not realize there was a parrot in that canvas though. I don't know why I didn't realize there was a parrot in that canvas. I don't get that one. Why my brain did not register in my brain that I had that canvas. I knew I had the canvas, but they had a parrot in it. So okay. I don't know where my mind was on that. Because if I can do that if I can use that for the Asian year-long event, then because I know that's a Jasmine Beckett Griffith. It's a JBG. And I've always wanted to own a JBG. And I knew that when I won that certificate, a gift card to the company, I was going to get the JBG. Just not realizing the one I picked, because that's the only Jasmine Beckett Griffiths canvas I want, and I got. It's the only one I liked of hers was Bootstrap Betsy, and I guess it's because I like skulls and pirates and things like that, But I still cannot process in my brain how I did not realize there was a parrot. And I mean, he's big as day in this picture. I did not realize there was a parrot in that canvas. I still can't get over that one. So I'm like, okay. But it was like when I was doing the mushrooms, I knew there was clovers in it, but until I got doing it the other day, now I was talking to Mom about it, I didn't realize that there was a butterfly in that canvas. I had to ask her to make sure I was seeing it correctly, that there was a butterfly on that canvas. It's weird how your mind will play tricks on you like that, and mine really played a trick on me with Bootstrap Betsy. Oh, I'm still trying to figure that out, how I missed that. I'm going to kick myself up for that one for a while. But it is what it is. But yeah, so. I don't know. I may be able to use, I don't know, because I think there's a coconut tree in there as well. And I know in Asia there's a lot, there is coconuts in. No, there's no coconut. I don't know. That may work. I don't know. Um, yeah, it's from the diamond painting shop. Is where I got that one. Um, I know I have another mushroom, another rose. I mean, it's in there somewhere. I have an art dot rose too. Dreamer Designs rose, and then I have the art dot rose. I gotta look at them because, uh, but I know, um, Bootstrap. She's colorful, so she'll fit into the spring Splish Splash Spring Bash because of her colors. Um, I know one of my roses I'm saving for June Pride because of the colors. And also, I'll be able to do that in June for the Asian year-long event because where roses are part of Asian culture. Um, but I will. I have like I say, I have a canvas that I can use for. Um, oh, hey, Allison, how are you? Okay, be safe. But yeah, I'm still kicking myself that I didn't realize there was a parrot in that canvas. But I'll message and see, if it'll work. If not, it's okay. I mean, I have other choices. Um, but if it'll work, then that'll be the canvas I work on, for April. But if it's not going to be, if I can't fit it into, um, more than two, if I can't fit it into more than two events, I try not to do it. But I want to do Diamonds in the Rough. I did it last year, and I want to do it again this year. So I was kind of starting to get a little upset because I didn't think I had the canvas. You know, but turns out I actually did. Unwillingly to not known to myself. But yeah, I'll message Ditsy later or post it on her, her Facebook group and ask if that'll work. Because I always check with the host before I actually 100% commit to the canvas for an event. I do check with the host of the event to make sure that if it's the theme of the event, and then of course make sure if it's the size parameters, if there is one, which I don't think I think it has to be at least a 40. I think it was a 40 by 40 last year. I think that's what she had. They're bigger, and I know it's a what is that canvas? Oh, it's a 65 by 50. So yeah, that'll fit. That fits in most categories for diamond painting events. A lot of them, they just ask for a 30 by 40 size or larger. Unless it's like off canvas projects or smaller, projects. I do know there are some events out there where they're doing the mini dazzles and paint gems and those size canvases, which I think some of them are so stinking cute. They're not in my budget. I've seen a lot of paint gems I like, but okay, Precious has got the zoomies. It's weird for her to have the zoomies in the middle of the day. Normally, she don't get her zoomies until 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. And then she's usually running through the house like she's got something and she don't have nothing. So me and Mom think she plays with the dust bunnies. It's hilarious to watch her, though. But she's funny. She is hilarious. I got to charge that. She is hilarious with the laser pointer. She goes nuts with a laser pointer. Zoe will play with a laser pointer, but she's not, it's like, I'm done. I'll play a couple seconds and then I'm done. Precious, on the other hand, she'll keep you going until your hand can't hold the button down no longer or you drain the battery. So, me and Mom wound up finding one online that is USB rechargeable. And I had lost it for a while. It got knocked down. And I found it the other day when I was cleaning. So I got to, put it on charge and, so she'll be able to really have her zooms then. But she's like her mama. Her mama loved to play too, so. And her mama loved a cardboard box. This cat, oh my God. If you want the box for something, you better make sure that you put the box where she can't get in it. Because if you don't, you lost the box. She will claim a box in a heartbeat. It's hilarious. She's the cat that keeps you laughing, though. She's funny. You'll give her. Mom gives them. We give them raw meat because they're not outside cats, so we give them a little bit of raw meat, every now and then for the amino acids in it. No, and she will play with it, bat it around, play with it, let it sit for a while before she ever eats it. It's the most funniest thing to watch her play with her food. She thinks her food is a toy. And she's also one of them cats that she'll play with store-bought cat toys, but she'd rather have a wad of paper or piece of plastics, you know, like was playing with right now, pom-pom, you know, something like that, you know, or the packaging that the toy came in. She's a good one for that. She'd rather play with the packaging something came in than the item itself. Or try to figure out how she's going to fit in a box. There are some boxes we still don't know how she fit herself in them, you know, because she's chunky. She's a chunky chunk. I call her Chunk Chunk. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy what pets are doing. See, I have 2 more colors before I do the 2 ABs. Because this kit only had 2 ABs in it. One of them is 3865. I do know that. And then the other one is DAC is 141 and then DAC is 136. But I know that those are not the actual DMC number. The DMC is actually 136 is DMC 796, and then of course, oh no, DMC 141 is actually 5200. I thought it was 3856 is 5200. But yeah, so thanks to Tima, I can look those up. So when I, you know, kit down, I can make sure those DMCs go, those leftover ABs go in the right containers. And I'm not having to try to color match. Ooh, I think I actually have some DMCs that I have not been able, I wasn't able to figure out their with the one they were, so I can actually use that now to do that. Because I have the DMC that was on the canvas written out on it. But I'm to the point now. I saved my DMC, you know, if it's got a DMC number, I saved it. If it doesn't, if there's no DMC number, I'm not saving the drills. Now I do die lots, I know change, you know, from time to time. So I do compensate for that. But if there's no DMC number, I'm not going to sit and try to color match. That's just too much work for me. If you know, if it's white, you know, I know that goes into my 5200s. If it, you know, I know 310, so that goes in my, you know, so those 2 colors I'm going to save, you know, and then there's some of the other I know just by looking at it, I know the DMC But then there's others, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not trying to figure this out. This is too much work. Like this, I know this is 741. I know 742 and 743. I know those oranges. I know DMC 550 and 666. You know, um, I know those colors. So I know that if it doesn't have a DMC, I can easily pick those colors out of a lineup, even without the DMC number. But there's others that no. Now if I think I know the color and and I'm like, okay, well, I'll check it with the the color card. I have the art.color card, so I'll check it with that. But if I don't know the color, then no, I don't keep it. So I know it's a waste, but drills, but I'm saving. I'm up, and one of these days I'm going to get a big thing of resin, get some resin, and I'm just going to find one of those diamond or pyramid molds, the big pyramid molds, and I'm going to just start mixing resin and drills together and layering it in there and make me a doorstop. That's my that's my goal one of these days. I think it would make a cool make a doorstop with it. But I gotta get enough drills first. I do have a big bag of them around here somewhere. Or make it in you can get the light bulbs and all and make it light up. That would be cool too. But yeah, so those are my ideas of what I want to do with the drills that don't have DMCs eventually. I'm not throwing them away. I'm putting them away, either that or I do have some wood pieces that I've gotten from programs to go at our local libraries, which actually I got to sign up for this coming months because we'll be down that way. We'll be down that way this week anyway. So, I use the project pieces for other things. So I was thinking that I could always put double-sided adhesive down and use those spares or whatever. I could call them spares or whatever you want to call them. I could use them for art projects like that, where it doesn't matter, just put them in a tray and all mixed together and just go and I think that would be pretty on a picture frame too. And I think I actually have a wood picture frame like that. And I do have different thicknesses of double-sided tape too. So that's the other good part about that. So I can make the lines as thick or as thin as I want them. Okay, so that is all the regular drills. Last two colors we have are ABs. So we'll go ahead and do those. And then this section will be finished. And like I say, I'll work this section later. Yeah, I hope to have her finished by the end of the week, or by Monday, actually. Because what I'll do is I'll work on her later, because I'll sit here and I'll do the black outline, and then I'll go from that into the other colors. But yeah, so can't believe that I'm almost done this canvas. I mean, I've only been working on it, since the 1st of January. So I've been working on it since January. Now, I can't remember. I may not have gotten into January for the Asian year-long event. I can't remember, but that's okay. If I don't, my name's not in the grand prize drawing, I'm not worried. I don't enter. See, that's the thing. I don't enter events for the prizes. I enter into diamond painting events to meet new friends, to see what everybody's working on, the camaraderie, the point that the events that I'm entered into, that the live streams are safe spaces, for me, because I used to hang out in the coin community, and I hung out in the landscape gardening community as well. Oh, I missed this one. And it got to a point where I wasn't feeling welcome there anymore, because I switched. I wasn't into the coins anymore, and I was doing more with my crafts, and I never really was a gardener, but I just liked hanging out with some of the people. They were really nice, but it was mostly the coin community that I started not feeling welcome when I went into a live, and I'm talking to everybody, and it's like nobody's answering me back, not even the host. So I go and message one of the people that was in there to Facebook, and they said they weren't seeing my messages at all. So I come in under a different name, and was talking, but didn't let them know it was me. I didn't let that, and all of a sudden I was seeing that, they were seeing that message, and then there was things being said about me, when somebody asked about me, they said, "Oh, she's not allowed in, here anymore, blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, why? I didn't do nothing. And I could never get an answer out of the channel owner. He would not, and I'm like, I used to, use my PayPal cash to pay to play his, his coin. He'd have freebies, but you paid so much and you got, your name on the game to, have a chance to win. And the app he would use, the more you typed the it was like the more you engaged in the chat, the better of a chance you had of winning this game. And I won a lot of them. And I finally, you know, got enough that, I thought it was feasible to have my coins sent to me, which I got still in my little pieces of 1.1 ounce silver. I believe it is. And it was like after I had my coins sent to me, it was like that's when it was like I was blocked from I could get it, go to the live, but it's like nobody would see me typing. I'd see me typing, but nobody else would see me typing. And I'm like trying to find out, what did I do, and to this day I still don't know. And then it's like when I came over to the crafting community, I felt welcome. Everywhere I go, I feel welcome. But I lost a lot of people from my channel because I stopped doing I was doing the Jeff Foxworthy Redneck Word of the Day, and it just got to the point I couldn't find any, couldn't get my hands on any of his other books, and it started like that was burning me out doing that, to sit here and film that content, to have enough content for, every day of the week. And I had someone rudely tell me that if, they were leaving my channel if I didn't bring it back. And I'm like, well, bye. I'm like, I'm phasing that out. I'm not doing that no more. I'm moving on into a different genre. I was still doing topic videos, different things, and product testing at that time. And then eventually I was sent, like I say, the diamond paintings, and I got hooked on that, and then I got hooked into polymer clay. I was hooked into polymer clay at one point and resin. And after a year of doing polymer clay and resin, that went to the anyway. But diamond painting is the one hobby I have, other than coloring. I still color, but I just haven't done any on the channel in a while. Other than that, those two crafts are the only two crafts I have stuck with longer than a year. Mostly everything, we were talking about this in Tia's live last night, and those two crafts I have I've stuck with more than a year. Like I say, polymer clay and resin, about a year, and I was done. I still got the polymer clay around here somewhere, and I still got some resin around here somewhere. I don't know where the resin is, but Mom I forget where she put the polymer clay, but because I gave it to her to do whatever she wants with. But yeah, I get it's like someone said in another YouTuber I watch, who they're originally from Maryland. Their family still lives here in Maryland, his family and hers. They live over on the Western Shore. But like they said, we go through seasons of life, and those seasons came, went, but yeah. I don't think I'll ever pick resin and polymer clay back up. I don't know. I just lost the spark for them. They just didn't interest me anymore, But it was a lot more, I guess, because there was a lot more setup time, prep time on that. Sorry, I had to scratch my nose. You know, for that, all that, you know, you had to have the make sure your oven temp was right for your clay to bake, and resin, you didn't want it too cold or too hot, and how, you know, and you had to get your timing right with that to make sure that it cured right. And you know, just because you could demold it after 24 hours, it still wasn't fully cured and had to sit a while. Yeah, there was a lot into that. So, but oh, I got a couple there I missed. So we have two colors left. We have one color there that's regular drill, and then we have the 5200 left, AB. So we do those little orange circles really quick. Okay, we're almost at 3 hours. All right, that's good. That's a good live stream today. But yeah, so when I was sent those diamond painting kits to product test, I only had to do one of them, and I did it. I did, it was skulls with the butterflies and flower and all, and I'm like, I put the other two away. And then it was one of J Rob's events. I pulled the deer with the flowers out, and I single placed that whole canvas with a wax pencil. I had one of the little, I'm not even sure where they're at in my stash right now up here. I know I got some. Oh, here they are. I single placed it with one of these, with the white, like you use for hot fix crystals. I single placed that whole canvas, and I was single placed for a long time. And then eventually Cindy from Love and Sparkles told me to start out with like a 2 or 3 placer, and you know, work my way up. And I've worked my way up to the 8 placer right now. But my sweet spot is I like anywhere from the 2 placer to the 6 placer. So, but normally I use a 5 placer. And I'll use plastic placers, but I like the metal placers because I'm heavy-handed. So the single placers in a regular pin, these right here, I snapped at least 18, 19 of them off right here where that piece goes into that right there. So I eventually got metal placers, and they work so good. So we're on the last color of this section, and I will finish that off in this live today. Guys, I am so close. I believe that I don't know I believe it'll come out on the 7th. But I'll know week after next, not next week, week after, if I reached my $100, dollar threshold, and if I will be getting my first paycheck from YouTube. I'm at 90 3 something percent, almost 94% of the way to what I need. So we will know, by next week, week after next, sometime around the 7th. Usually it's around the 7th of the month, of the following month, that I know what I made previous. So it's been a long road coming, though. If I did make it, so. But then if I did make it, I still won't get paid until towards the end of the month. So that's the only bad part. Is you don't get the money right away. You have to wait. But like I say, I do have channel memberships, so if you want to check those out, I got to figure out how to do it. I haven't figured out how I can post my videos so they go to channel members first, and then after so long they go out to the general public. I still am trying to figure out how to do that. So bear with me on that one. So that's a learning curve. I do have Patreon too. I'm still learning that over there as well. I know I can post videos, but I am not a paid paid Patreon account over there. So I can only post so much, and and all that. It's I'm still, like I say, I'm still learning it. So it's one of them situations. So I really need I need to really sit down and I guess figure it all out. It is what it is. But yeah, I don't do member lives because I only have the one member right now, on both Patreon and YouTube. So I figure, and my one member that I do have on both of them, she, I know she works a lot, so she wouldn't be able to make my, lives like that. She's got her little girls, just sweetie pies. So that's why I haven't done member lives yet. Maybe eventually, if I get enough members, I can do member lives and stuff. But like I say, for right now, it's just not feasible for me. But what do they say? Baby steps. Baby steps. You gotta crawl before you walk. So. Oh, I stretch my back over. Yo. Okay, there's a creepy spider on my desk. Hold on. Okay, I need to get that off my desk. I am not a creepy spider person. Oh, I gotta find that. I just lost something. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, hold on, hold on. It's that way. Where did that go? Oh, I see it. I lost my container for my drills. Okay, creepy spider gone. Okay. There we go. I mean, I could have pulled another bottle from somewhere else, but then I'd be short that bottle in another case. But anywho. But yeah, so hopefully, you know, in the future, there'll be more things come out for members, and you know, I eventually want to get to a point where I can do sticker pack giveaways, you know, just a random envelope with some stickers in it. But the only problem is international shipping, or mailing of a letter. So I have to check into, you know, those costs, or what it would be to mail a couple stickers in, you know, a little envelope. You know, just a regular mailing envelope, you know, nothing fancy. But you know, like a regular, just regular business letter, like, or actually probably would do it in a card, like a you know, like Christmas card type card, but get them for just to, you know, have a standard greeting card that, you know, with like maybe my logo or something like that. You know, and just so it holds the stickers, you know, that as it's going through the mail, the you know, they won't get messed up and everything. So I'll check into that, because I know I can use pirate ship, or just the regular mail, US mail, to print out the postage for those, print out a, you know, label to mail those. So but I thought that'd be something neat, because I could go ahead and pre-make all those up, you know, and have them in a container. Just keep them in a, you know, container thing, and just randomly pull one out and address it to whoever won, and yeah. But I gotta get different stickers, which I know I can get them on Amazon. I can actually use Vpon and usually get a lot of um, like 100, 200 stickers or more, 50, 60, depends. Just depends on, and I can get them at discounted prices. So the getting the sticker part's not the hard part. The hard part's going to be, or the envelopes, and they're easy to get, and the cards and everything. So, but what's going to be the hard part is the shipping. Figuring that out. Well, not U.S. shipping, but figuring the shipping out for international. Just to mail a card, to whatever country. And then figure out how I'm going to do the giveaway, if I'm going to do a spinny wheel or use the YouTube or the StreamYard giveaway tool. That'll come eventually. Guess because I could open it to my Facebook group, and you put a certain emoji or a certain word or whatever, and people on that post would be their names would be put on the wheel, and then the wheel would be spun on whatever day, and then go from there. Because it's not hard. I can just log in with my tablet and use my phone. Why have I got a reminder? Oh, I'll do that later. Okay, I know what that is. I'll take care of that in a little bit. So those are my theories of what I'd like to do. Actually executing them is the tricky part. I need to actually change my putty. That's the only problem with ABs and putty sometimes is your putty will get actually too dirty after a while and then pick them up. Make sure I got all that out. Another little trick, if you wipe it along the side of your nose where it's oily, or back of your hand or whatever, that also helps with girls, picking up girls and stuff as well. Then I know people that use the damp sponge technique, where they'll have a damp sponge beside them, and then they, when they go to pick them up, the ABs up, they dab their placer on the wet sponge, damp sponge, and it's supposed to help pick them up and release them. So I've not tried that technique, so I don't know if that works or not. I just heard people that say they tried it, say it works. I've never actually tried it, so I can't 100% say that it does or it doesn't. But I mean, we all find little tricks that we use, little hacks. Like Arietta from the Curated Witch UK just shared a hack. And I'm not sure who she got the hack from, but the gift wrap cutters that, slide over your gift wrap, they also hold your gift, from unraveling, and have the little removable blade in them, that you can slide them over your diamond paintings, roll them up and slide, roll the diamond painting up and slide it over. So, oh my God, I wish that woman would shut up. She's always running her mouth when she knows I'm live. I hate it. I hate it, y'all. I hate it. But what can I do? She's always got to have her mouth in my videos somehow. She's like hurting a cat, by the way. But I digress. So yeah, so that was a neat trick that I seen here, So the ones that she had, it was for the Amazon link she shared, it's for the UK Amazon. So I found the same thing, but not, I mean, it's not the exact same one that she shared. And the one she shared was, I think a 3-piece. I found a 2-piece. And it's the same concept. Except that instead of getting 3 in the kit, you get 2, and you don't get all the other doodads that were with the other one. So, but I'm eventually going to, I think, invest in a couple down the road a ways. I will probably, not this time I get paid, but next time. I think I'm going to invest in a couple just to have when I'm working on bigger canvases, I can roll them and slide that over them. So I think it'll work really, really good, and it works for either way. So if you start at the bottom and you go up, to the top or whatever. On bigger canvases, I always start at the top and work my way down. But everybody works differently. I know some people will work from, left to right is what I work, left to right, down. On bigger canvases, left to right, up on smaller canvases. I know some people work right to left, and then I know some that are they'll just pull the whole canvas up and they're all over the canvas. to pull the whole cover sheet off. Now, if I'm going to pull the whole cover sheet off, I'm going to replace that with release papers. Now, on a canvas, like a bigger canvas, I pulled the cover sheet down, and I put 2 rows of washi tape, 2 rows of release papers, and then I cut the cover, the clear plastic cover, just so that it is a little bit above the second row of release paper, right at the bottom of it. And then I work those top sections. So say it's 4 sections on the top. I work those, and then I'll pull that release, the cover sheet down, put another row of release papers underneath the other row, and then keep doing that and moving down as I move down the canvas. So that's how I do that. As for the release papers, I use most of the time on a big canvas like this. I have some that I got from Amazon that I use. They are 6x6 and 4x6 release papers. So that's usually the size squares I work, is anywhere from a 4x6 to a 6x6 section. Don't wake the beasts.
I'm not just sitting there looking.
She's going to wake the beasts.
Oh, you're not a beast. No, you're not a beast. Oh, you're a baby. It's a pretty babies.
But yeah, so that's how I do those. Like I say, if it's anything bigger than a 30 by 40, I usually work from the top down. And if it's like 30 by 40 and under, I'll work from the bottom to the top. So. But
yeah, not the one with the most, with the one.
Oh, peanut. But yeah, so that's my way I work them. So we're almost done. We just got this little section right here, and then this half of the canvas is done, and then just got 2 sections left to go. But yeah, so I mean, everybody does it differently. How they some people section off the cover sheet with washi tape. I never would, and that, I mean, I tried that once and it just didn't work. It just didn't work for me. That didn't work for me at all. Yes, Zoe, she'll get you water too. Oh my God, just because you probably got it and you just want it because Sissy's getting it. I swear they are jealous of each other. She can have something and not need it, and Sissy needs it, and she has to have it. It's crazy. But yeah, so those are my we're going on 3.5 hours. Okay. Today's gonna be a good live stream then. I've had some engagement, so that's good. But yes, that's how I section off. I mean, I tried the washi tape method. It just, I couldn't cut straight, and you know, I was cutting it all. I don't know, the cutting was weird. I've gotten down to a method that, you know, I use. So when I do my, you know, lay my release papers, 2 rows of release papers, and then I cut the plastic sheet. I actually have a metal ruler I lay under the plastic sheet, and I use my cutter blade to cut that plastic sheet over on top of the ruler, and I slide the ruler over to cut the whole sheet off. And also that protects me from cutting the canvas, because gosh, if I cut the canvas, I think I'd have a heart attack. I think I would have a heart attack if I cut a canvas. I do have one canvas in my stash though that I'm probably going to get rid of. I'm going to keep the drills for it, but I'm not going to do it. It'll be the first canvas I ever chunk in the trash. But it's supposed to be a doctor. It just, yeah, no, it doesn't. Even it's from Amazon, so it's no big deal. It was sent to me in a mystery box that I was sent to product test out. Like, no, that wasn't in that one. That was in the mystery box from the anonymous viewer. It's just, yeah, it just doesn't. I can already tell it's not going. You're not gonna. It's just gonna look like a blue and white blah. And yeah, I'm not gonna do that one. But I'm going to keep my drills for it and put them in my stash. You know, my stash drills. So because I believe it has DMC. If I'm not mistaken, it does have the DMC numbers. If it doesn't have the DMC numbers, that might be the only one that I actually color match. Just because. But yeah, it would be the first canvas I've ever said, no, I'm not going to do it. You know, I could have done that with the creepy clown, but no, I went ahead and did that, and I gave that away. But I have 2 other creepy canvases that are already they were spoken for. I won them, and when I found out what canvases I won, my nephew says, "Yep, they're going home with me if you'll do them for me and show." So he's 19, and I still can't tell him no. But anyway, and I don't know, he may get one to his daddy. His daddy likes that kind of stuff too. So, but yeah. So, but yeah, that one canvas, I'm like, I've had it for over a year now, and I'm like, yeah, no, it's just, it's not. I don't know. The canvas is sticky. The canvas is good. I mean, the stick is good. It's just the drill field is not clear, and the colors that were picked, rendered and picked for it would not have been my choice. If I was the one doing it. It has no dark colors in it at all, like black or 939. Don't even have no browns or, you know, anything like that. Anything that would make things stand, you know, like outlines. You know, so. But I'm like, you know, it's drills I can put in my stash to be, you know, that I may need. So. Zoe, you knocked out. Thank you. But so yeah, so that's my reasoning on, you know, why I'm gonna throw a canvas away. Cause that's not me, you know. I am not one to unless the canvas is really trashed. Like, you know, drills won't stick or you know, it's something like that. Which I had a canvas where I had trouble with the drills sticking, and I used I had what was it called? What's it called? I don't even know. I have a drill sealer. You know, like you can paint over the canvas when you're done. I actually put some of that down, laid the drills down, and let them sit overnight, and you know, it took hold. You know, they you know, and then of course I had a spray sealer. I sprayed over top of it, and you know, I made sure that, you know, I sealed the canvas really good. But you know, if it hadn't worked like that, if the sealer I was using hadn't worked, I probably would have trashed that canvas too. I really got frustrated with that canvas, but it was an Amazon canvas, and I had it for a while, and kind of reminds me of the one with I did with Martin Luther King and Obama and all them in it, and I mean, you can kind of tell who they are, but I was still, you know, newbie to diamond painting back then, so I really didn't know about, you know, detail, and you know, the bigger you go with a canvas, the better your detail is and all that. So I was still learning back then. But you know, I've gotten better with being able to choose a canvas. You know, and if it doesn't have a rendering, like Nix has said this, you know, if there's no rendering, I'm not buying. I want to be able to see a render, and to be able to zoom in and look at the areas and stuff of a canvas. So most of the time when I'm ordering my canvases, if you know, I'm ordering from Amazon or whatever, I make sure that I go in and make sure it has a rendered, you know, the actual picture, but also a rendered picture. And there we go. We are finished that section. So we only have one more section to go, or two more sections actually, but I'll work on them both at the same time. Like I did over here, I worked two sections. So I'm going to, you know, get me something to eat, take a nap, and because I got to get back up in a few hours, and wait for something, you know, to do that, to get into the bank account, and then I can go pay what I got to pay. So I'm going to go ahead and move that up here a minute, and I will move her. So that is where we're at. I'll go ahead and enroll her. Harvest picture for fantasy. So let's see. She is huge. So I don't know if I'm getting her all in the camera or not, but that's what we have done. Like I say, just 2 sections left. Wow. So yeah. Like I say, I use sparklers in her eyes. I use glow in the dark and metallic up here in the moon. Move her up a little so you can see. And then, as you can see, this is where we are now. I just got these 2 sections left right here. And then she is finished. I gotta get a picture for Phoenix Fantasy, and then like I say, I will work on the rest of her here in a little while. But she's been a labor of love. Going on 3 months now. Let's see here. There we go. I need to make sure that I'm not missing any drills on her as well. Might as well do that long. While I am on the live here, I'll look and make sure. But yeah. Yep, I missed one right there. Matter of fact, the color is, nope, it's not that color. It's the darker. All right. And I see one that I don't like that draw, it's messed up. Take that out. And we'll fix that. There was only a half a drill. There we go. And I think that's all. Yeah, I don't see any more. But so that's where I'm going to go ahead and end the live for today, guys. I've been live for almost 4 hours. So I will be live Tuesday. I will not be live next Thursday. I have errands to run. But oh, I missed a Y. Ooh, okay. Glad I caught that out of the corner of my eye. There we go. So, you know, I have errands to run, and by the time I get home, it's going to be either close to or after the time I'm supposed to go live, and it would just be too much after, you know, walking out and everything, and you know, to set up and go live. So I But yeah, so I will catch everybody in J Rod's live tomorrow and T Mod's live, and then Saturday Night Live, with Nix and Anita, and the Asian year-long event and Ticket to Ride event. I think there's a live coming this out. I think she's got a live. I know I got a reminder or an invite. So yeah. I had one that wasn't layering. But yeah, so until then, I will catch everybody around. I hope everybody has a good day, good night, good evening, good morning, whenever you see this, if you watch this. I don't expect everybody to rewatch my whole lives. So if you're skipping through and you come to this part, please like, share, subscribe. Check out my channel memberships. Check out all my links that are in my bio or in my description. And yeah, I will catch everybody around. Bye, y'all.